Hi there, signs of Leo. This is Kim here to do your reading, guys. It's your next 3-day outlook. Maybe just something to think about for the next 3 days for the future. Who knows? We kind of open up to your spirit guides and your angels, or I open up to your spirit guides and your angels for you. Yeah, so thanks for being here. So this song was coming through my head as I'm sitting here like arranging these bay leaves, trying to do something fun with them. And this so the what came through my mind was, said sugar, take it so it'll work itself out fine. All you need is just a little patience. It's some patience. Okay, so Guns N' Roses. Excuse me. Patience. Patience is the song coming through. Yeah. Just a little patience. Things will work themselves out just fine. All you need is just a little patience. I love it. I love it. Okay, more for Leo. Let's go ahead and pull from a deck. New deck. This is the Glyph Sacred Symbols Oracle, and I love it. I think it's so well made. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Ooh. Even better. Even more wow. Okay, so we have Illumination, number 21, and Flames. Okay, and then we have Mystery, the Pyramid, number 4. Goodness. What's on the bottom? Just curious. Oh, Transformation, number 44, the Serpent. Transformation. Okay, these are big. All I need is just a little patience. Cause if you mark it, anyway, okay. If you know Axl Rose, you know. Flame, Illumination. I'm going to read it for you because it's the first time I've used it in this deck, and I'd like to get all the information, kind of download it at least one time and read it. So here we go. Hope you don't mind. The Glyphs Sacred Symbols Oracle Guidebook. So in spiritual and symbolic context, the flame represents illumination and transformation. It embodies the dual nature of creation and destruction. In ancient civilizations, such as those in Egypt, Greece, and Rome, flames were linked to deities associated with creation and renewal. The Egyptian god Ra was depicted as a solar entity whose sun disk represented the life-giving force of light and warmth. Fire rituals were integral to religious practices believed to invoke divine favor and cleanse impurities. In the Greco-Roman mythology, fire was often associated with Prometheus, the titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity as a gift of knowledge and enlightenment. This act symbolized the transformative power of fire in elevating human consciousness and civilization. So the meaning is, and this is really interesting with it coming out with the mystery, right? Because listen, okay, meaning of this, information will be revealed. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of big. Meditate with the flame as your focal point. You're entering a phase of initiation. Your awareness and perception is becoming more refined. So, super interesting. I have a feeling this is going to be like my next go-to deck. Kim Krans Cosmos Oracle, and now the Glyph, because this is a great deck. Quality information. So the pyramid, the mystery. Ooh, yeah, the pyramid, the most sacred and enigmatic symbols to humankind. Most of its purpose remains shrouded in mystery. They have been constructed the world over with 10 aligned with specific stars, constellations, and celestial events, or even seasonal solstices. Some suggest pyramids were built to harmonize and amplify energy, using their geometric shape to concentrate cosmic and earth energies, creating powerful vortexes that enhance spiritual practices, meditation, and healing. This is a further supported concept because we notice the pyramids' frequent placement on the ley lines, or the Earth's energetic grid, a network of subtle energy pathways. The unknown is far less intimidating than you believe it to be. Your power to manifest is at its peak. Things are aligning, your healing abilities are being enhanced. Focus on healing practices that benefit yourself and others. You are part of the unified field of consciousness. You are leaving an energy imprint on the world. Consider the legacy you are creating and the impact of your actions. So there's this reading feels so deep here, Leo. It really feels like intense spiritual growth and transformation, as well as that, divine DNA, the original blueprint coming in and being reset so that you can heal yourself. So a lot of energetic transformation occurs on all levels when healing is occurring. And we're talking about cycles that could have gone on for not just your lifetime, but possibly for generations, that you're transforming and you're becoming very powerful in that sense. You are the sun, you are a pioneering soul. Your transformation, because of being Leo, is actually meant for others to see and be visible. Oftentimes, Leos are those natural leaders. They don't all want to be in the leadership position, but find themselves usually as being in some sort of attention line of, sight from somebody. Somebody's looking at some time. 444 too. Oh wow, just powerful. I can feel it, that powerful angelic energy. It gives a certain rhythm. It actually makes me move my body a little bit different when I'm giving the message to you. When that energy is present, it's very calming. So it's like this rocking back and forth motion of calm. But that doesn't, I don't want that to put down this peaceful, calm demeanor and the bliss that you feel inside is not to make light of the intensity of this transformation, because it's actually really intense. Let's look up the serpent here, number 44. All right, transformation. Talking about the snake's ability to shed its skin, regeneration and transformation. I don't even know how to pronounce that. There is apparently a serpent in Mesoamerican civilizations. Quetzalcoatl or Quetzalcoatl. I don't know, guys. I'm trying. It is a feathered serpent representing wisdom and the dualities of creation and destruction. This deity was associated with Venus and the morning star, believed to bring knowledge to civilization and humanity. It also, in Hinduism, represents this Kundalini energy, depicted initially as a coiled serpent. But the coil, when we look at a coil, it actually represents growth and expansion. So that's what's destined to happen with you and with that energy. Yeah, as the energy rises, so does self-realization, leading you to higher states of consciousness, also more and more awakening, maybe having a third awakening or a fourth. So it says you're outgrowing an old version of yourself. Coexist. Basically, we're existing here with the universe throughout all of these cycles. This is the end of a major one. And it does say, don't resist. You are safe. There are unseen forces protecting you during times of vulnerability. I like that, because when you think of the snake, you think of, if it's shedding its skin, it's actually going to be quite raw for a little while. So extra sensitive, extra awake feeling. Yeah, let's pull something from the Cosmos Oracle. Maybe you can tell us more about this mystery that's unfolding for the Leos out there. Let me get a drink real quick. Density is coming out. Heavy, right? Heaviness, burdens. Density is what we see here, what we're experiencing, or what our senses are telling us. Yes, it's quite literally matter. It is. But something's changing. Oh, yes. Okay. I guess they're wanting me to mention that the last X-Class flare I heard of was quite recently, like maybe 1 or 2 days ago, of 8.1. But there was like a succession of 3 major ones that I know of. I think these things are actually sending the sun energy to us and are having something to do with our divine DNA blueprint. If you think about it, everything that's kind of linked to, like, even so, not just biblical, but scriptures or even myths, there's like some element of, okay, well, that was actually quite literal. I think that's what's going on with the solar flares and this period of awakening, enlightenment, and transformation for individuals. And I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way, that there is a correlation here. So this is talking about, where are you going to channel your energy? It obviously has something to do with what you want to manifest here. I'm wondering if it's to transcend. Usually that's the message I get for people, is that the message of it is possible to transcend like heavy density or earthly concerns and worries. Of course, what's interesting, I say that, but what's interesting is usually your concerns or worries end up changing anyway, whenever you go through or get to a point where you could pretty much manifest whatever you want instantaneously, overcoming, transcending. There's also going to be a shift in how and why you would want to do that, or for what purpose. I do think it's possible, though. Maybe coming into a time of instant manifestation. So this energy is going to help you turn on your divine DNA blueprint, which gives you complete access to all the gifts and abilities that you should be originally created with, that you should have as a divine child. The right for sovereignty and to be free. Big. Yeah, this is happening like at a cellular level right now for you. Inside the cell is the DNA. Inside the DNA is your divine codes. They just need to be turned on. This message came through in the collective read that I just did, the selective shield. But since you had a card that was also talking about protection, that you are protected during this time of intense transformation, I think that's what the selective shield is. Of course, put up your own spiritual protection, whatever you do for yourself. Yesterday, I usually do this maybe about once a month now, but I cleaned the whole place out with black sage. I called in Archangel Michael and Jesus to help cleanse the energies and protect the energies in my space and for my readings for you all. And so make sure to do that or something like it. You can use visualization for your area too. Intention, visualization. You're a divine being. You can do all kinds of things in relationship to like what you can create with your visualization, with your feelings, with all of it. So I would say also they're saying that the power and the energy towards your manifestations is going to be turned up right now during this time, because you had another card that did say a manifestation was happening, maybe mysteriously, quickly, like in the mystery. So yeah, so you are manifesting. Quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement. So this is when two seemingly unrelated particles are connected and seem to move with when the other does. This might be applied to divine counterparts, perhaps, for you all. Or even soul group. I do have some people that I connect with that give private readings to, and we sometimes connect telepathically, and it's really crazy. We'll tell each other, you know, wow, it was like literally, this is, the connection is definitely there. So I think that for soul group is probably there. These are all multiples of 4, all of them. Wow. So who or what? I just get a feeling like probably everything is somehow quantum entangled, and that we're all part of this like fabric, unified web. But there's some certain order that's going to be pulled here, and it's that creation of the divine matrix that belongs here. Tell me about this cellular transformation going on for Leo. Jeez. Strength card. Your energy, of course. It's time to be strong and courageous right now. It's time to be very careful for what you allow to pass through your cells. And then metaphorically, it can be talking about what you allow to pass into your energy orbit. So now is the time to have strength, confidence, and it just seems like it's amping up your protection for some reason here. Amping up, like Spirit is assisting you by amping up protection. Let me get that a little bit closer. I'm just saying this. What's weird is I'm seeing the lion as this guardian or this thing that you can tame. Which is relevant to times right now. Being able to tame the lion. Which usually represents raw power. Fierceness sometimes. But you can control it. That's your strength. You can tame even the wildest beast. Maybe you're here to do that. Maybe you're here to do that. 2 of Swords is a decision that has to be made. You'll have to use your spiritual eyes to do so. You see her eyes are covered up. She's holding 2 swords. Swords represent truth, information that you have. So you have this side, you have that side to consider, right? It's not cut and dry. It's not easy. Whatever this is about, it's something that you could find yourself split down the middle sometimes. We'll draw a card and ask what is that decision about. Nine of Swords. Something that makes you worry. Something that makes you worry. What's interesting is the 9 of Swords has the 5 of Swords on it. and on the wall. So most of this worry here is kind of almost like it's about other energies that seem to always want to be on the attack. Or it can be us going over and over what could possibly go wrong with a decision to make. So I don't know, I get angst from it, you know. Tell me why the worry. This is going to be a mind thing. This is about you controlling your mind, where your thoughts are going. Which ones do you water? You know, look at your thoughts as seeds that you're planting for manifestations to happen, to occur in real time. So you don't want to water the seed of a thought that produces something that you actually don't want to happen. Seven of Wands. And the Fool. It's like you're having to stand up for yourself to have a new beginning here with the Fool. The Fool energy I like because it is enlightened, or you figured out some sort of information having to do, really, I feel like, with your spirituality, with enlightenment, awakening. And it seems at times of being put into or pushed into a corner, like something is always stressful. Something always has to be just a little stressful, and I don't like maybe this is like life sometimes, where in order to do this thing that you really want to do, there are a lot of like what ifs in the in-between, and how, and can I even carry that much of a load? So I do feel, let me see, well, the energy of asserting yourself, standing up for yourself. This is your card. So you have two. Yeah. Perhaps involving going somewhere, travel, the world energy, or wrapping up a cycle, but feeling like that was a difficult cycle, that this is something where it was like fighting one thing off at a time, all the time. So tell me a little bit more about the World, the new chapter. Your Ace of Swords and the King of Cups. An intellectual journey or a gift. Victory. I meant to say victory. A gift. Clarity, insight. King of Cups could be about following your heart. It might be taking you in a different direction, and that might be worrisome. But that's what I see here. Yeah, following your heart. If something is no longer, you know, with the Eight of Cups, it's like those cups that are there at one time, they were okay, they were working, but now emotionally, it's this energy of just detaching emotionally, not really tied to it anymore. So going on, what always reminds me of the Hermit's journey, going in a different direction, getting away somehow. King of Cups could be you following your heart, being very balanced, especially emotionally. It can also be a person, though. It could be a love interest, and it doesn't have to be just a man. It can be a woman too, in their mainly in their masculine energy of the King of Cups. So person that would want to take action, but it's from their heart space. So there's something here about that and this Fool's new beginning or new journey. I think it's going to be good. So yeah, like your victory, right? Balloons, fun, freedom, high vibe, relief, rising up, ascension, aspirations, joyful, success, attaining goals, stress-free. And I think something was stressful though, so that's stress-free. That's good. Maybe this means the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Wands is kind of like maybe that'll be out of the picture. And the 7 Wands is more about the action that you take with the information that you get, or the plan that you're going to implement for yourself that leads to you having more freedom for yourself. Baggage. This card is about being prepared to go to the next phase here. It has been a long journey. I do have within a few weeks on the clock. A person pointing to a clock, and it's saying within a few weeks the situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of weeks. So it is February 3rd that I'm filming this, 2026. So within a few weeks, pack your bags. Family, seeing family being important, your support system, but also your spiritual support system, your angels, your guides. They're always there, always helping you here. Shooting star, a quick action, wish granted, rare, falling, a moment in time. And here's this cabin and this lake, which is having time in order to be disconnected just from everything. I'm kind of getting, see, I get peace and tranquility here by this reflection on this lake, but I'm also getting like that stage where the snake sheds the skin and it's raw and you need some time kind of like to process all of the things that you've been transmuting, downloading into your system, your body, all of the changes. It's like this might be time for you to process all of those changes. So yeah, and that's interesting. Interesting. Peace. It's time. I said peace, and then it said it's time. Number 8, 8, 8, 8. So it's time for action. Things are fast track, ready to unfold quickly and smoothly. But the old car is what it's time to retire. An old habit, something here that's dying out. It's the end of doing it in the old fashion. This is now stepping into new earth energy or energy shifts. And yeah, something here about you being responsible for this part of this divine new matrix grid and grid work. Yeah, an essential part of it. So let's see what else I just want to pull from a little different deck. See what else we get. Deep thoughts by Jack Handy. Back in time, stuck in the past. Yeah, Saturday Night Live. Back in time. It's 8888, 4 8s. A lot of prosperity, abundance in many forms, spiritually, materially, many forms. The whip, the false person, and an ending. Okay, see, okay. And the ship, the golden ship, is travel somewhere, but it's also saying that the movement of your currency, money, is going to get good. It's a golden ship. So if your ships are coming in, this is you going somewhere and it being very profitable for you. I feel like a situation is ending, something that was on repeat for a while. I think this is a karmic cycle or something where you dealt with either a past version of yourself that you don't resonate with, someone that was always like self-destructive. That could be it. That could be living in the false person archetype. And there being an ending and a transformation, a new you. No longer wanting to give themselves the whip. Excuse me. Or this can be a karmic cycle, a person that you dealt with where it was like over and over this person displayed to you who they really were, and in contrast it was fake, it was phony, and so that's the ending that's going out because it was something that maybe served a purpose here in the past, but not now. That was a lot. I feel like that was a lot to say. parlor, it's time for you to spend some time here alone in a retreat just by yourself, or maybe with one other person. They do have 2 chairs by a fireplace, but the parlor card is about specifically having a place that's like your sanctuary, where you can get away, where you can unwind. Marriage in the reverse. And the child. There could be a friendship that's kind of going out of the scene. That's the marriage card that they associate with like friends, but in the reverse, there may be like something here that's changing in regards to friends. Maybe it has to do literally with a child, but that card's usually a metaphor for there's a new manifestation, and maybe it's cutting ties with somebody here. Another coffin. 2 big endings, or 2 coffins. I hope nobody has left your life, but geez, 2 coffins and the long road. Golly. It's just strange. Okay. So if there were energies, this just seems to open up so many more questions. But if there were if there was an energy that was trying to get in the way, especially if it's something to do with a kid, getting in the middle, but not in the best way, mediator in the reverse, there's something about you seeing a situation clearly right now, so your head is clear. If you had a period where your thoughts were murky at one time, now you're seeing crystal clear, and it has to do with what has to end, or the end of a situation, the end of a cycle. I feel like for some of you all, this does have to do with family. For some of you all, for sure, because of that mediator card being in the reverse. I have another like King of Cups energy and the rich gentleman. Both of these are very warm, caring, kind people, but the rich gentleman has that added, you know, he's wealthy. He's kind of like an emperor, so he's over all of those energies, very wealthy, but it's somebody holding their heart. I think that might be the same person. Another child. Another child. An unhealthy situation, coming out of an unhealthy, okay, it's in transition, so it's literally coming out of an unhealthy situation. I think there might be an interest, man or woman, there's some sort of interest here from someone that's going to result in a good outcome, so that's good. And if you're in this situation where you're moving away or moving past something, just know that, yeah, it's not healthy for you, and yes, you'll be moving on to the next phase. The key, oh, it's number 33, and number 33 here is murky thoughts in the reverse. So I feel like your key, your success, your tool that gets you through a physical barrier that can represent like an obstacle in life is maintaining a clear head with the murky thoughts in the reverse. I think you have the key here. And then child again. 1, 2, 3. And those can all represent new manifestations too. You have the cake card here. Something ends up being, like, I'm telling you, the end of one thing, and then celebration, party, wedding, even maybe something really big here comes. Okay, let's wrap it up. Let's get you an angel number. I could definitely go on to much more information on that, but it's just a bit much right now. I have 0, and I have 9, and I have 4. A lot of 4s here. So 4s, you bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. I am stable. And that's 4, 4, 4, 4, and then 4 here with the family. So that's interesting. Number 9, it's your compassion that makes you shine. You're devoted to helping the greater good and have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you're being of service. I am compassionate 0. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite, and it is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. I am limitless. And you could be a life path number 4 or 9. Maybe it's just to point out something for you here. But yeah, so that's what I have. If you need a private reading, my information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos that I do for you based on your energy, and then you get a private link. That's just how I do them. If you want one, yeah, information below, and I'm sending you love and light. Bye.